I'm Keisha. I'm a full-time picture book illustrator, author-illustrator. My debut picture book comes out fall 2023, and yeah, so I hope you enjoy these vlogs. We're going to be doing a ton of different stuff. Well, not a ton. We are gonna be working on picture books, and we're just gonna do a couple vlogs, day in the lives, maybe once a month, maybe once every couple of weeks, because honestly it probably gets boring after a while. But anyway, that's what we're doing today, and I am videoing for the first time, and I'm tired. We had a sick kid. My wife and I, we have a little girl, and she was sick most of this week, so I'm just now finally getting back into the studio and being able to do some work, and hopefully I can knock out some spreads today for my picture book that is due. So that's pretty much what life is. When my daughter's sick, like, everything stops. Like, it's just, we focus on her, and we have to find time to work whenever. And so that usually puts me behind on a lot of things. So right now I have a bunch of projects on my desk that I need to do. I'm in the final stages of artwork for 2 books. Technically 3, but one I turned in all the final artwork already, so I'm just kind of, standing by on that one. But I have 2 books that I'm in the final artwork phase. I have 1 book that is in the interior sketch phase, and then I have another book that is in the, I haven't shown them anything yet, I'm still planning my sketches phase, which usually is just a lot of thinking. So that one's not too bad. But having them all being in all these different stages is kind of, it's good, but also is kind of me talking to the camera on this. But I figured, at least for the first video, I should at least introduce myself and say hi. So anyways, you probably won't see me too often in these vlogs unless I really just need to talk to y'all for some reason. But what I do like to do is I like to watch a lot of like other illustrators and artists do their own vlogs, and I like to watch that during the day. But some of this channel will also be like a draw with me, and we are going to be talking about TV shows and movies that I've watched recently. And maybe if y'all give me suggestions, I will watch them. And because a lot of my work when I'm doing artwork and even sketching, I watch things, just to kind of help keep some noise in the studio, because I don't really listen to music too often anymore. I'll usually listen to a podcast or watch a TV show. If I'm doing final art where I don't necessarily have to think too much about what's happening because I've already done all the planning, I will watch a movie or a TV show. So right now I'm about to start on some new sketches, or not new sketches, sketch, you can't see some of this, but you can see a little bit of that. I'm about to start working on some revisions that I have for a book I'm working on. I just need to pull up my notes. We've been trying to like lock down this for a while, for a couple of months, I feel like, but that's what happens. I mean, it's not like the book's not coming out for a minute, probably not until 2024, I think. So it's not like we don't have time. It's just just trying to get everything together. So I finished my emails, or at least the emails that I could send without having to send a lot of stuff. So I did that, and now I'm going to start working on some sketches, and then hopefully after that, I don't know what time it'll be. I might have to do more work tonight, which it happens. Usually I will go back to work once we put our daughter down to bed to sleep. So we'll be doing that. I'll be doing that tonight. Hopefully I can knock out a few spreads. I don't have to turn in my art until I think Thursday of next week. And honestly, I've really only got one spread fully finished, which is not good, because I have 24 spreads and I only have, although some of them really just like, some of them have one character on the page. Like, it's not super intensive. I have a few spreads that are pretty intensive, and maybe I can try to knock those out first so that when I go back and do the ones that are not as intensive, those won't take as long. So that might be what I do. That might be my process, trying to knock these out, because I think because it's my book, it's a little bit more precious to me, even though every book is precious, but because it's all on my shoulders in a way, I just feel like I gotta do a lot of it. So anyways, I'm gonna get to sketching and I will see y'all later. Hey, hello, editing Keisha here. I thought that I should just jump in and let you know what I'm doing here. So as you can see, there's underneath there's color, and I'm tracing on top of that. I actually did a flat color version of this character first, and then I realized that I actually wanted it to look more inked with like line work and more details. So that's why I'm going over it again, because at this point I'm actually doing some development for this character, and trying to figure out the style or the voice I want for this this character. And so I'm doing it in multiple ways so I can see if I like which one do I like the best. And so, as I said before, like I did a flat lineless artwork first, and then I went back in later, as we're seeing now, and added line work to it. And I would probably go back in and do maybe like a digital ink wash or something like that for color. I was just trying to figure out again, how I wanted the art to look, because I really love doing line work, but I don't really get a lot of opportunity to do that in my current art style that I get a lot of contracts for, which is fine. I mean, I figured for my own author illustrated books that I would just kind of adventure into whatever I feel I want to do, and so far that seems to be okay. But when I'm doing usually a different when I'm doing a book that's authored by someone else, I tend to stick to the style that's in my portfolio. But I'm trying to make more portfolio pieces that does incorporate line work and is not, I guess, as heavy texture wise. Because if you look at my website or my portfolio, you'll see that my artwork is pretty texture heavy in a sense. I would say I'm like a little bit of a smidgen of Christian Robinson, a little bit of Eric Carle, a little bit of Ezra Jack Keats influence in my artwork, but I also I've always considered myself to have like an animated style, and so sometimes I really want that to shine through, and then sometimes I want it to be super simple, where it's maybe even a little naive, if you want to say, where like the shapes are simple, the details are simple. Like if you look, like I've even started going into like dot eyes instead of having more detailed eyes, just because honestly you can really give off a lot of personality in the pose of the character. Eyebrows are a big player in whether your emotion is clear, I think. So your eyes don't necessarily have to be the only thing that says the emotion your character is making, or the feeling they're having. But yeah, so when I'm developing a book, I really just try to dive into different styles, different voices, so that I can see what works the best when it comes to my own work. Yeah. Okay. Bye.